Hey, it's Jim Fisher, aka The Beat, with This Week Community News. Got another edition of Friday Night Live Band Edition. This week finds us at Delaware Hayes High School, where Andy Doherty is the band director. Mr. Doherty, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely, no problem. Tell us a little, you've been here, this is how many years you've been here?
This is my second year here at the program.
All right, so It's exciting, sort of everything's new, right?
Very new, yeah.
Going on. How many kids do you have in this year's band?
We have 65 musicians and 15 guard. So this is about the same size as last year. We had a big class.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about, does this year's group have a particular personality, strengths, those kinds of things that stand out to you?
This is, in all honesty, the hardest working group of kids that I've ever worked with. They're very dedicated, very passionate. They put in so many hours to the show. Sure. And with good reason, because it's the most successful band in school history. So it's all paying off for them.
Excellent, very cool.
Nice third year. This is CJ's second year. And we were all obviously very dedicated. And we want this band to be the best that it can be, and we also want this band to keep going and to basically just go through the roof with this as it progresses, because I think I speak for all of us when I say that we want to come back and we want to see, that they're actually going for BOAs next year, or they're nationally ranked. I want to put all my effort into it, and I also want to inspire the rest of the band to do it as well, because we've all seen what we can do with it, and we want to make sure that the freshmen, that the sophomores, they all know that they can reach that this isn't, an impossible goal that Mr. Doherty is just telling us just to lift our spirits. It's an actual thing that we can grasp and we can take a hold of.
Especially with this year's show, having that personal aspect that every single person can commit to, seeing this specific show do so well, I think is saying something about us, how we really are putting a piece of us into this, and we want to see that piece of us grow into something really amazing. So I think the better the show does, the better we feel about it, seeing that piece of us grow, and it's pretty cool.
You mentioned this year's show. Tell us a little bit about it.
The show is entitled Escape from Within. Basically, it's a dark to light progression, and it kind of tracks a guard soloist as she goes through the darkness and then into the light.
See with the guard is the transitions from their uniforms.
Yeah.
They start off in the first song with an all black, like a dingy, like scroungy uniform, hoods over their faces, and you have one soloist in an all white, like bright uniform. And she gets covered back up into the black, and they go on this transition through like these dark uniforms, and they're slowly coming out into lighter ones, into the final song, like ripping out, and they have brightly colored flags. Their uniforms are just like shining compared to what they had before.
Now, unlike with past shows, they're about other people. Like our show last year was about Japan. This year, it's kind of special because it's about us as individuals, and it's not about anyone else. It always has like a different meaning to us, so it's more real for the audience listening in and watching.
It's taking your personal demons and then overcoming that, and taking these demons and fighting through them and becoming an individual, and not going by other people's standards, but being your own person, and what it's like to overcome that, and the journey you go from being trapped in the dark into the transition of being your own individual.
The music we're using is Solveig's song from Peer Gynt, Aha by Imogen Heap, and Fix You by Coldplay.
I know you do OMEA competition. I think this is your first year in Mid-States
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what the goals are for those kinds of competitions.
Well, we do the OMEA, which is the Ohio circuit, but we had a really great year last year, and I kind of wanted to see what we could do, against other Ohio bands that we don't see, and then even compared to some Kentucky or Indiana, Pennsylvania area kind of thing. So just kind of, test the waters.
The thing about Mid-States is the first Mid-State you go to, you're going to get a low score because it's your first time being out in the field. And to get a 60 out of 100 the first time going out there for a Mid-State is a really impressive thing, especially for our band. Like, this is only our second year of being really competitive.
Unlike with OMEA, where a ton of people got a 1 at state, so it's kind of like everybody is tying for first place. At Mid-State, there's only one person, so there's a bit more of a competitive drive compared to OMEA, which is kind of a cool thing to go into.
We wish you the best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Hope for the best for your kids and for you as well. Thanks for being with us. We're looking forward to watching a little bit of the show.
Great, thanks.
Sure.